Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special bonus episode. This is Reservations. I'm Jeremy Blair.
And I'm Raine Wayland.
And as a special treat for everyone, we have a very special guest, my wife, Haley Blair. Haley?
Hi.
Jesus.
I'm Haley Blair.
That was good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Mhm.
I think going into all the next seasons, we should have all of our guests enter like that, even if they're
Sure.
at their own house.
Just coming just super aggressively from the side.
Yeah, like if we have Zach on again, he should definitely frame his computer where we can see him kick a door in, and then just come right into frame.
And hit it with a cowabunga, dude.
Yeah, dude. All right.
Skitter in on his skateboard.
All right, Zach, you have your marching orders.
But yeah, you know, it's time for the seasonal bonus episode.
Yeah.
Now this was y'all's idea, so what are we doing for this bonus episode?
We are discussing, that's probably a bigger word than we should use for this, but we are discussing Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
So this is, before we get into it, I just have to say this is a legitimate bonus episode, because the bonus episodes are usually just you and I shooting the shit, but this is a legitimate bonus episode.
I mean, it's not going to be super structured, you know?
Let's be real, though. Talladega Nights is a cinematic masterpiece.
That's true.
I mean, does it belong in the Louvre? Yes.
The Louvre.
Yeah.
I mean, the boy Christopher Nolan said it's personally one of his favorite movies, so
yeah,
which is insane to me.
Not insane if you've seen it.
It's a great movie.
Well, of course, but I mean, no, it's insane that he would love it.
You're right.
You would think this would be below his standard.
I think so, because hang on. It's because we're used to people like Scorsese saying Marvel films aren't cinema, right? And then he's sort of he's sort of highbrow, right? But Nolan's hey man, if he ain't first, you're last, you know? And that's what's up.
You know, I personally relate to that. My birthday, February 1st. Well, Ashley too.
Yeah.
If you ain't first, you're last. And I feel like that embodies me as a person.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
She also went to the James Flanagan School of Driving. Her dad, my father-in-law, is a I would say reckless driver.
Well, the interstate is just one big race.
So what you're saying is
fine.
So what you're saying is Haley is Ricky Bobby, because that would mean that your dad Haley is a lot like Reese Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, kinda.
I even had a black Pontiac Grand Am. I named it Karen after the cougar.
Okay. No, I'm more jealous about the fact that you had a Pontiac Grand Am.
I mean,
my
practically exploded.
Well, my uncle has one, and I desperately want it, and it's gold with the Pontiac Firebird on it, and I want it so badly.
That is cool.
And he won't give it to me.
Now, I will. Let's start out with the reason we chose this episode.
Okay.
Is now granted there might be some childhood trauma being brought up in this episode. Maybe.
It's fine.
We'll see. But Haley has seen this movie probably 200 times. And that's at least. And that's not a joke. It was one of 3 DVDs she owned as a kid.
Not really. There was more than 3. But I mean, I can tell you pretty much from start to finish, what the first part of the movie is all the way to the end.
Okay. I felt, and if she's listening, Ashley Wayland, I felt like Ashley Wayland because all I was hearing was someone quoting the entire movie next to me. And I was like, oh, that's what it's like to watch a movie with Raine. So.
Well, oddly enough, this is my dad's favorite movie, or at least one of the ones he had on constant repeat. So I have probably also seen this movie. I'm probably not 200 times, but a lot of times. But here's the important question. Did you guys watch the uncut version or the rated version?
Uncut.
Okay, good. Because honestly, that's the proper way to watch this movie.
Growing up, I
uncut.
only watched the PG-13 version.
Weak.
So I guess Haley and I are the only ones growing up who saw the uncut and unrated version.
Probably, because
Yeah.
I watched the rated version growing up, and so this might have been my first time watching the uncut version. Just go around.
Dude,
So,
yeah, the uncut version just makes the movie so much better.
If you don't
It's
chew
mainly
Big Red,
because
you.
that okay. I was gonna save that because that's my favorite fucking fake commercial in the entire movie. It's just the seriousness in Will Ferrell's face and the fact of how he's holding Big Red.
Mhm.
If you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you. It's
Yeah,
so good.
the official
So-
tampon car.
oh my god,
You should use Maypax.
is that what this is gonna be?
Yep.
All right.
Just Haley and me quoting it.
Yep.
And of
Like,
course,
super
also the Tijuana where they're like, obviously they have no idea what they're doing. Just like, yeah, are you happy? I'm happy.
We're urging you never to travel to Tijuana.
And okay, so where to begin with this movie? Because I feel like doing the standard give a synopsis and talk about the movie just doesn't do this movie justice. So where should we, the three of us, begin with this movie?
Well, I mean, I guess I don't know, because like all I can remember, I don't remember the first time I saw it. I just remember watching it all the time. Right?
Can't get enough.
Right.
Because it was so funny. We would quote it all the time at school with our friends, right? It reminded me of all right. So I had this my buddy Jake from elementary school. There was a moment in time where we were obsessed with the movie Cat in the Hat with Mike Myers. Shut up. And we would quote it to each other all the time. And that's what, by the way, holds up. I know it seems like it doesn't, but it does.
Oh my
That
god,
movie's amazing.
That's definitely gonna have to be like a bonus episode or something.
We would quote it to each other all the time, and that's what this felt like, right? Everyone had seen it. Everyone knew every line, right? And it was just in the consciousness of everyone that you knew, right?
Well,
and then
and you
people
know,
that fell asleep to it.
well, and you know what's insane is I could have sworn this movie came out after Step Brothers, but no, it came out before
Yeah.
Step Brothers.
They're just a
which
really
is-
good pair. John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell. They work together really well.
Mm-hmm. Except for Holmes and Watson. I didn't see that movie, and it
Yeah.
didn't look good.
It's got like a negative Rotten Tomatoes score.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's historically bad. But yeah, you know, and it's interesting because when I remember this movie coming out, I thought it was sort of like I don't want to say like spiritual sequel, but I thought it was in the same vein as Anchorman because they both had a title and then a subtitle. Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. Like,
Sure.
I was like, okay, so like, are they in universe connected?
Never had
Which
No.
apparently there is like a theory out there that Ron Burgundy is Ricky Bobby, but that's impossible because we in the first 5 minutes we see Ricky Bobby being born.
Yeah.
So
at the same time that Ron Burgundy was an Anchorman, because he was the Anchorman in the 70s.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So to piggyback off of you, Jeremy, I also don't remember the first time I ever saw this movie. I just remember it being on all the time. Like, Dad always wanted to watch it, or if Dad didn't want to watch it, Jordan wanted to watch it. And then occasionally, like, I'd be like, "Hey, yeah, let's put on Talladega Nights." But you want to know the funny thing? I don't like NASCAR at all.
Who does?
Like,
I grew up going to the dirt track races, so I mean NASCAR, not as much. I mean, but the dirt track races, those are fun with those like homemade cars.
oh yeah,
Good time.
that are like welded together with duct tape and
Yeah,
determination.
pretty much. I will tell you though, those suckers are loud, and sometimes you get hit with the mud and everything from the cars, and it's a really good time. One time I was so tired I fell asleep on the metal bleachers.
Oh no.
I'm proud.
Okay. So I think I know where we should start. I think we should all say who is our favorite character in this movie.
Okay.
Because I already have mine.
Okay.
Do you want me to say it while y'all think?
You go ahead.
Okay. I mean, this is gonna be a controversial statement. But it's Michael Clark Duncan as Lucius, the pit crew.
Love Lucius.
Yeah.
And R.I.P. to Michael Clark Duncan.
R.I.P.
He is so good, especially in the scene where Ricky is so convinced he can't walk. And how well, and see, and that's what I love is that like at first he's trying to be easy on Ricky, like Ricky, you're not paralyzed, and then when Ricky goes in this whole tirade about I hope you have sons and I hope they lose their legs, and then he just switches, and even Cal's like, hey, you're being too hard on him now. He's like, no, he needs to know, and it's just it's so good. It's so fantastic, and like and his character is so underrated because I mean you're focused on Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, like and you forget that Michael Clark Duncan is there. So
also,
yeah, Lucius.
I'm sorry. Whenever you said it, I immediately thought about whenever Ricky Bobby was in a coma. Well, he was asleep, but in a coma, and he starts talking about what is it, like a Judy Blume diary thing?
Oh yeah, he's reading "Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret."
Oh yeah, something like that. I didn't know what it was. I never read it, but that was what I immediately thought of.
Yeah, it's because Lucius is so good.
Yeah,
like as where Carly and
Chip?
Cal are trying to like kill him. Lucius is reading "Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret." He's so good, and he's so underrated. No one, like when you think of Talladega Nights, of course you think of Will Ferrell, but you don't think of Lucius. So, do you guys know who y'all's favorite character is now?
I mean, it's really hard, but I think I'd have to go with our titular character, Ricky Bobby. I mean, I quote a lot, like wake up in the morning, piss excellence. I think of that every day I wake up and I'm not angry at the fact that I'm awake. So these days.
Well, and honestly, I would say besides Ron Burgundy, like, yeah, Ricky Bobby is one of Will Ferrell's best characters because he plays that dumb redneck so well.
So well. And I just think of I sure as hell am, Chip. I think of that so often.
You gonna let him talk to me like that? I sure as hell am, Chip.
Yeah, it makes me happy.
Yeah, and it's so good. Like, and I was thinking about this while I was watching the movie last night, and I find it so interesting the disconnect between the child actor playing Ricky Bobby and Will Ferrell playing Ricky Bobby, because they're two completely different versions of the same character, and it just adds layers to Ricky Bobby. Because, like, obviously the kid version is a little bit smarter, and then you get to Will Ferrell, and he's just an idiot, or at least just kind of a simpleton,
Yeah.
but it's so good. All right, Jeremy, that leaves you now, buddy.
Molly Shannon.
Oh my god.
Dude,
The
so while
vibrations
I
of
was,
the cars.
dude, while I was talking about Lucius, I was like, oh, I kind of forgot Molly Shannon was in this movie.
Yeah, Molly Shannon is fantastic. She steals every scene she's in, so that means she's the best.
She's so hilarious, just in anything, even like Superstar and everything. She's hilarious.
Yeah, Molly Shannon's the best.
I just love her interactions with oh god, what's that guy's name? The guy who plays her husband?
Oh yeah, I don't remember his name,
I don't
but
know his name.
he's in Raising Hope also. If anyone's seen that.
Yeah. Oh my god, what is his name, bro? Greg. Holy shit, Greg Gurman.
He does not look like a Greg Gurman.
Yeah, he's from Houston, Texas. Holy shit!
Look at that. Cool.
Coming up there.
But I just love their interactions with one another. Like the whole scene with she loves when the cars goes by, and he's like, can't you just be happy for me, like just once? And because he clearly, they clearly got married for money is the whole thing,
I just like that she's drunk all the time. I mean, how fun is that?
Yeah, that scene where she's just like on the table.
She's passed out at the end when he's trying to make a deal with Halliburton.
Yeah,
which
she's always smashed, and she's always ready for a good time.
Yeah,
and
that's you. That's you, honey.
Well, I mean, you do drink in Amazon.
I do. I didn't buy anything this time. I was drunk when I watched this movie, but that's not the point. I didn't buy anything on Amazon.
He was big time giggle tooting over there.
I was. My second choice, by the way, would have been Jack McBrayer, but that's
Glenn. Yeah, dude.
I could not remember his name. That's what I kept on thinking of. I was like, it's either Ricky Bobby or Glenn.
Yeah.
And Glenn is just so stupid. He's like, was he crying?
Glenn, yeah, I can see you. And he's like, dude.
Oh, and then Amy Adams.
I know. Well, I mean, that's I mean,
my God.
Talk about, you watch this movie and you haven't seen it in a while. Do you even remember she's in it? I mean, it's crazy to think that Amy Adams is in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
now
know.
she's, this mega superstar.
Considering, here,
Oscar
let's see.
winning, whatever. We talked about her in Doubt, I mean,
yeah. Considering the fact that after she did this movie, here, let's freaking see what she did.
What she was in before Talladega Nights?
What?
Was it an episode of The West Wing? Because I know she was in an episode of The West Wing. It's a great episode, by the way. The administration gets stuck.
Spoiler alert!
On the campaign, on the campaign trail, they miss the flight, and so they're stuck. And they have to, anyway.
So 2 years later is when she did Doubt. So 2 years after this movie, she did Doubt. Yeah, this movie was 2006, and Doubt was 2008.
Wow. That was that one with the paintings or something, right?
Nope, that was Big Eyes.
Wasn't she in that?
Yep.
Look at me go!
Good job.
Yeah, from this movie, that was 8 years later. 8 years? Yeah, 8 years.
Something like that.
I can't do math.
I trust you.
Yeah, it's insane. I genuinely forgot that Amy Adams was in the movie. You know who else I forgot was in the movie? Even though I remember the character, but I completely forgot. I forgot that Sacha Baron Cohen is the villain.
You forgot about Sacha Baron Cohen?
Look, I distinctly remember, I was like, yeah, I remembered Jean Girard, that he was a gay Frenchman and he was the villain.
Yeah.
But I completely forgot that it was Sacha Baron Cohen.
All right, so a little fun fact about Haley is that I think one day I was playing music and the Rolling Stones came on. It was Painted Black. And she goes, oh, I know this song. I go, yeah, it's Painted Black. She goes, yeah, but no, I like the other one. I go, what other one? She goes, it's in French. I go, the one from Talladega Nights? And she goes, yeah.
I like it better.
Yeah, that's
I wonder how, because Sasha's known for offending people. I wonder how many French people he offended.
Well, here's something. Well, this is a good segue because the majority of the comedy of his character comes from him being gay.
Yeah, which is
crazy.
very problematic. Yeah.
I wouldn't say problematic. I would just say it's out of touch, especially from now, because it's like he's gay from like so.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely forgot about the whole David. Oh fuck, what's his name? David Kosher, right? That's how you pronounce his name. He's one of Ricky's like pit crew.
Mm-hmm.
He was Chick Higgins in Anchorman, the sports guy with the cowboy.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Fucking hang on. It's gonna bother me. Whammy.
You gotta get into it.
Whammy. I did. I thought it was good. Okay.
Yeah, I was right. David Koshner.
Yeah.
But yeah, his whole like, sweet lord, didn't just hired a gay Frenchman as your teammate. I was just like, yeah, watching it last night, I was like, oh, that's right. They make a big deal of the fact that he's gay.
Andy Richter, phenomenal as the husband.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Which is fucking hilarious considering they're both in Madagascar together.
Have you really?
Okay. I am an American.
Yeah, she's not some dirty commie, Jeremy.
Yeah, do better.
I've seen it.
It's me, America. I wore the shirt because it's American.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're both, Andy and Sasha are both in Madagascar, but it's the opposite where, because Sasha's King Julian and Andy Richter is Mort, the annoying little lemur that King Julian is constantly trying to get away from.
I did not know any of this. Did you know that?
I didn't know the specifics.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's why you have me.
Yeah.
But
question.
Yes.
This is stupid, but it's a bonus episode. Wouldn't it have been easier to hire Isla Fisher? Isla?
It's Isla.
Isla Fisher instead of Amy Adams?
What do you mean?
Because she's married to Sacha Baron Cohen. Wouldn't that have just been easier? Jesus.
Right, but I don't think... Oh, fuck, I lost my phone. For real.
He's gone for Ed.
Amy Adams and Isla Fisher are basically the same person anyway.
Well, I don't think they were married by that point, were they? No, they weren't. They got married in 2010, my dude.
Oh.
Isn't Isla Fisher Mary Jane in the Scooby-Doo movie? She's a blonde.
Yes.
Boom!
That's
got
her.
one.
Good job. High five.
Yeah, which was James Gunn. That was part of James Gunn's rated R version of Scooby-Doo that got left in when Warner Brothers made them make it PG because they're like, no, it needs to be kid friendly.
Bummer.
And James Gunn was like, you never let me do anything fun. I'm gonna come back and be the president of DC Studios one day. And they're like,
he said that.
Sure.
Yeah,
he said that. And then Warner Brothers was like, sure you will, James.
Is he?
And then
yes, he is.
Yeah, he is. Anyway. So back on Sasha.
Right.
This was actually the first time I'd ever seen him in anything. I didn't know who this guy was. And I distinctly remember when I first saw the movie, I didn't like him at all.
No?
Like I didn't think he was that.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
You go ahead.
Fine. It's because he played the villain. Is that why? Because you were like, well, yeah, you're not supposed to like him,
No, I just didn't find the character that funny originally. Yeah. Now I do find Jean Girard incredibly hysterical. Just because of his very awful put upon French accent.
Yeah.
But what's even funnier is this was 2006.
Yeah.
A couple of years later, when I went to Australia, I saw Borat
Mhm.
and then made the connection that that's the same dude. And, you know, he shows his penis in Borat. So
It came out the same year as Talladega Nights. Isn't that crazy? Borat.
yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen Borat.
You've never
Mm.
seen Borat? It's
Mhm.
insanity.
I mean, I'm down to see it, but this guy over here just never watches any movies.
Borat is literally it was Sam Pepper before Sam Pepper. Sasha was trying to see how many buttons he could press and see how many people he could piss off
I don't know
before
who
he
that
got
other
like
guy is.
Sam Pepper. He was a YouTuber who was doing pranks as a social experiment.
Do you know who this is?
No, all I was thinking of was Adam Sandler.
He,
with the Zohan movie.
Mm.
That's what I was thinking of the whole time.
Jesus.
Yeah. Dude,
Awful.
don't mess with the Zohan. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway. So anyway, yeah. I do find it funny though that like seriously his French accent is so bad. And I think that's the point, honestly. Cuz
I mean, it's satire. It's over the top. Yeah, French.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cuz as we all know, Sasha doesn't do anything, you know, without purpose. So I'm sure there's a reason why it's so over the top. But I do love the first time we meet him, he gets Ricky in a whatever hold that was, and his out was to say he loves crepes.
I love crepes.
Like,
that's a good scene. And what does he say? We've also got Seal and the Pet Shop Boys, profiling purposes.
Oh, with the music, because it's her playing jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that Cal keeps coming in as consul to Ricky's level.
Yes.
Like I'm gonna be real with you. Like I just had a whole mess of crepes. Like they're good.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
those really thin pancakes. Oh, I love them.
Like, you know, he's giving you a good out. Well, should I say it?
Nope.
No, I would say it.
No.
No.
Break it, Pepe Le Pew.
Now here's a question for y'all. Another thinker. What would be one of the scenes that you probably think really makes the movie?
Ooh. I thought you were gonna go the opposite direction with that.
Well, the one that should have been cut from the movie?
Yeah, the knife in the leg. Cringe.
Oh, she doesn't like that because
Can't do it. It's funny,
the best.
but I can't deal with it.
She can't handle it.
We'll see, Haley. I can't deal with eye stuff. Anything involving eyes or fingernails, can't do it.
Fingernails. Jesus.
Well, Jeremy can tell you when we went and saw Spiral how often I was turning away.
Oh yeah.
No, I will. You wouldn't catch me in there at all.
Scene that makes the movie for me.
Yes.
Oh man.
Well, while you think, for me,
mm-hmm.
It's the first time Ricky meets the cougar. There's a goddamn cougar in the car. And just Gary Cole's just nonchalant, like, yeah, I trapped it. Been feeding it old pizza at the motel. Like, just it's so good.
Yeah.
And the fact that he gets immediately attacked, like, without any hesitation, immediately attacked, and Gary Cole's like, control your heart rate, son.
You should just chill the whole time.
So good.
We'll get to Gary Cole in a minute.
Oh, 100%.
I was ready to talk about a kilo of Colombian Bam Bam.
We're almost there. I'm trying to think about. I think the scene that I think about the most, that I associate the most with Talladega Nights, is Ricky saying grace. That's, dear Lord, baby Jesus.
8 pounds,
8 pounds, 6
pounds.
pounds.
Newborn infant Jesus, dear baby God.
It's the best, man.
You can pray to teenage Jesus.
He had a beard.
I like the Christmas Jesus the best. I mean, it's just them arguing about which Jesus is best, and and Cal talking about how he pictures Jesus, like singing lead for Leonard Skinner, and he's in the front row and he's hammered drunk.
Hey, Cal, why don't you shut up? Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll hold your hair.
It's tremendous. The whole scene is amazing, because then we get to know like how mischievous the boys are, right? Walker and Texas Ranger.
If we wanted us a pair of sissies, we would have named them Dr. Quinn and Medicine Woman, okay?
Wow, that's such a good Leslie Bibb. It's so good.
It is good.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
gentlemen.
Uh-huh.
So Haley, what is your scene for you?
I think it's going to be at the very end of the movie when Jean Girard and Ricky Bobby crash their cars and they get out and they immediately bust into a foot race. I just feel like that talks up the determination that we see in these gentlemen. And so the song that's playing is great. I have it playing in my head right now. I don't know any of the words. I just hear the sounds, and they run and they jump over the thing, and Ricky barely wins, and it's just I don't know. It's just very cinematic, and I love it.
That was very good. By the way,
thank you so much.
Doctor,
let me just say that I love that they still keep it semi-realistic, and there's no way we're going to count it, but good for them,
Yeah.
And then Cal Naughton gets his win.
Yeah,
it's a good day for
I know it'll be a technicality, but if you try to take this away from me, I'll sock you right in the face. And you know what's so interesting is, Jeremy, you bringing up the fact that they're like, yeah, we're not going to count it because 2 months earlier from this movie's release, Cars came out and they had the similar thing of all three of them tying, and they're like, well, they tied. So
I barely remember that movie. You seen Cars? It's not very good.
Once.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a pass for Cars 2, because Cars 2 is very forgettable, and Cars 3 was way too serious, but you can't forget Cars, the first one.
Sure can, just did.
Wait, doesn't one of the cars have like a dump truck ass? Or am I thinking of, what is that?
I think you're thinking of The Incredibles.
No, I think I'm thinking of the Fish movie. With, what's his name? Will Smith?
He's thinking of Shark Tank.
She does.
Or wait. Or are you thinking of Robots with Ewan McGregor?
Oh, I do know Robots forwards and backwards.
One of the 3 DVDs she had was Robots.
Because...
4! I'm kidding.
Because Jennifer Coolidge voices the one that they call Aunt Fanny, and she has a big ol' ass.
Mm-hmm.
This episode has gone completely off the rails.
It's like Bo Peep in Toy Story.
That's her dress.
Well, until Toy Story 4, where they slimmed her out.
Yeah, they took away her dump truck.
Sad.
This country.
Just like what they did to the bunny in Space Jam. They're robbing us all.
Oh, that was a trigger for Jeremy there.
Lola Bunny, that's right.
I remember being a child. I was like, wow, I want to be like you when I grow up.
Yeah. Haley's like, Jeremy has a poster of her. Jeremy has a poster of her above our bed.
Yep.
Yeah. It's the only way he can go night-night.
I didn't know she's watching over me.
Oh my god. Okay.
Jesus.
Anyway. So I love, so Jeremy, you said the satire. I do love all the jokes. It's one of my favorite things, like we mentioned at the top of the show, of the fake commercials that are just jammed in the middle of the movie.
Love it.
It's so good. And I used to,
my goodness,
I used to be able to quote all those commercials
by
heart. The only one I remember, of course, is the "If you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you." But love. But as soon as I started to hear the Walmart one, like, what better gift to give a loved one than the Jackhawk 9000? It's so good.
Yeah, do the prune
Like,
candy one.
Yeah, do prune candy.
Yeah, do prune candy.
No. And this is how I remember how I used to do that one, is I would just try to mimic vernacularly, like, the sounds he was making.
Yeah.
And then just be like, prune candy.
Yeah.
I also, speaking of the fake commercials, I also love the in the credits, the bloopers of Will Ferrell not being able to get through the packs of wild dogs controlling the city. That makes me laugh harder than anything. Just and the fact that he couldn't even get through the setup makes it like, I wish I could have heard the punchline to that joke.
We never will.
Yeah. Unless one of us becomes famous and gets to meet Will Ferrell.
Adam McKay took it to his grave.
Adam McKay's still alive.
No, he's not. Oh. Hey, he's fine. He's wildly successful because of Succession.
No, that'll do it, won't it?
Is he? Wait, really?
Will Ferrell and Adam McKay are executive producers on the show Succession. So.
Well, but also you got to think that Adam McKay, as soon as
he's branched out.
As soon as he did The Big Short, he's not doing much with Adam Sandler anymore.
Adam Sandler? You mean Will Ferrell?
I mean Will Ferrell.
My goodness. Yeah. Look what you've done.
It wasn't me.
It was. But anyway.
It's not my fault.
It weren't me.
Caked up Adam Sandler.
So, all right. I want to talk briefly, very seriously, about how this movie does treat NASCAR like with some seriousness. Like, it's taking some of it seriously. Like, there is some big production in this movie that is very silly, but the racing and the action sequences of the cars are very good.
Were they filmed practically?
Yeah.
I mean, people were driving them, yeah.
Yeah. I did read that NASCAR apparently had very little involvement in the film. Wow. I would have thought for sure they'd have been like, you got to do these things. But apparently they were like, we don't care. But apparently, no, I'm sorry. The only thing they cared about was the title. Apparently that's what they had the problem with.
What was
everything else? The working title was Talladega Nights, and they didn't like it. And so they tried a bunch of different other ones, and then finally they were just like, it's got to be called Talladega Nights.
Yeah, we're sorry. We don't have a choice.
But apparently everything else they had no issues with, like taking over, I'm assuming, a track, filming a giant stadium. I guess I'm sure they still got a cut, but
I mean, it all looked pretty legitimate. I mean, again, it wasn't like Ford versus Ferrari or anything, but it was really good. I mean, these racing sequences are very well done. With the crashes and all that stuff. It was dope. And of course, one of the crashes is one of the best comedy bits in the movie, which is Will Ferrell in his undies, screaming to help for Tom Cruise to help him.
Yeah. Me and Rumsey still quote that to this day. Like, don't let the invisible fire burn my friend.
Oh God.
Help me, Oprah.
And Jeremy, you were talking earlier about quotable. I want to talk about probably the most quoted part of the entire movie is that whole sequence.
Yeah.
And what's funny, I never ever, I swear to God, I never caught it until now. Before he gets to Tom Cruise, he says, help me, baby Jesus. And he says, help me, Jewish God, help me, Allah. That's all the same. He's saying the same thing 3 different times.
Yeah.
And I never caught it until last night, and I was like, "Oh my God, he's repeating himself."
It's really, it's funny. Yeah,
he's covering his bases.
Yeah, he's covering his bases exactly. Yeah,
just in case, you might get one right.
That's right.
I feel like, speaking of that scene, I feel like I read somewhere where Tom Cruise had a little bit to say about the whole like user witchcraft on me.
Yeah.
And apparently like he supposedly didn't like that. I may be Mandela affecting myself.
Oh, does Tom Cruise not have a sense of humor about himself? That's shocking. He doesn't.
Yeah.
We need that.
Yeah. Unless he's making fun of film producers in Tropic Thunder.
Sorry, Tommy Cruise. Sorry.
Dude, you're gonna look out the window and you're gonna see him like doing his ghost protes running, just like full like arm, like running up to y'all's door.
I think even more terrifying would be like the Family Guy bit with Tiny Tom Cruise. So,
I mean, that's what it would be. His forehead would hit me in the chest, and I'd be like, Jesus, and then he would fall down. And I'm like, Tom Cruise, running.
What are you doing here?
Yeah.
But then that's when he hits you. That's when his tooth isn't in the middle of his forehead anymore.
No, he'd hit you so hard that it would knock his teeth aligned.
Oh yeah, see?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He has a tooth that's directly in the middle of his mouth, and when he hits you, it would correct it.
I can't unsee it. I saw it once, and now anytime he's in American Made, that's all I saw. Is his middle tooth.
I still haven't seen that. Have you seen that, Raine?
Neither have I. I've heard it's good.
I've heard it's
good. Okay, so back to the movie. One of the other things I really love about the movie is all the interactions between Cal and Ricky, especially when Ricky's trying not to be his friend anymore.
Yes.
And Cal just keeps calling him. Like, why am I still talking to you? Don't you know I hate you?
It's just true friendship. That's what that is.
But my favorite is like, hey man, how do you get the stereo and the TV to play at the same time? Well, why are you trying to listen to music and watch TV? And he's like, got the remote because I like to party. That's something that I actually used to quote all the time.
Yeah.
Like when someone would be like, why do you want that? Because I like to party.
This movie doesn't really, what I like is it doesn't focus too much on his wife left him for Cal, Yeah. It's just, we just understand that they're together now and they'll stay together and that's fine. Right.
Well, I think it's because we established that Carly definitely is, she a gold digger. Just like Kanye and Jamie Foxx were singing about.
Yep.
Yeah. Because she ain't messing with no.
I was wondering which one of us was going to do it.
But no, I completely agree, and I love the fact where he's all like, how do you get the hot tub out of spa mode? Well, were you pressing buttons over by the kitchen? No, I just went in and started pressing buttons. Yeah, don't do that. Like it's just so good. But my favorite is like when he calls him about the like, is your house haunted? And Ricky does his whole like, I hate you. I don't want to talk to you again. Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow, buddy. Oh yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Did you notice in that scene, like as soon as they hang up, like it goes back to Cal, and then there's like this creepy sound, and he's like,
yeah,
that's so funny.
I love that they paid that off. Like it wasn't just like a way for him to get Ricky on the phone. Mm-hmm. Just like you hear a get out, and he's like, it's so good.
Yeah.
So I have a question for y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, we already kind of know, but how did you guys feel about Gary Cole and Jane Lynch playing Ricky Bobby's parents?
Well, they're amazing. It was the first time I'd ever seen Jane Lynch in anything. Probably the first time I saw Gary Cole in anything. I don't know, because I was young.
Also, same.
I wasn't watching like Gary Cole stuff at the time. But now...
You didn't watch the Brady Bunch movie?
No. But now, anytime we watch anything like animated, especially Bob's Burgers, Gary Cole plays Sergeant Bosco for sure on Bob's Burgers. But he also plays a couple of other characters. Yeah,
didn't know that.
Well, he's also Principal Shepherd on Family Guy.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I love Gary Cole so much. definitely a future episode, or at least a bonus episode. Fucking Pineapple Express. His lackadaisy drug lord is just so good.
Wouldn't know.
Although you've never seen Pineapple Express.
That is correct.
Me neither.
Oh my god.
God.
Well,
Okay. Speaking of Gary Cole, this rewatching the movie unlocked a memory I forgot I had, which was his ball camel toe when he's getting kicked out of the school and he hikes his legs up on the door jamb on the door frame.
He verbally said, "Oh, his camel toe is massive."
Oh, his camel toe, because it splits his ball. His pants are so tight. It splits his balls. Go rewatch it.
Yeah, because I completely missed it.
What?
How could you? Like, that was one of the first things I noticed as I was like this tall person, like watching the movie. I was like,
she was
what
Tom
is that?
Cruise tall, and she's over there like,
wait, I thought he was a guy.
Yeah, dude. He was camel toeing hard with those
Big
balls,
time.
dude.
Yeah.
Doesn't he do it the whole movie then?
I mean, he's wearing pretty tight pants most of the movie, but definitely then and because he hikes his legs up in the door frame, and so it's just prominent, like in your face. You know what I mean?
I feel like that kind of adds to it, though.
I do too. It was on purpose for sure, because it's too prominent for it not to be. But But so again, with Gary Cole, to know this movie is to know Haley, okay? Because when they go to Applebee's, Applebee's is her favorite restaurant of all time.
It really is.
Okay? I'm telling you, Annie, shush, come here.
Annie, you're being very loud. It's really disrespectful.
Yeah, shut up. Shut your mouth.
Do better.
Yeah. Our one viewer, Zach, is really upset right now.
I know that Annie keeps talking.
You're interrupting.
But so it's like, if I'd never seen this movie before, it would have unlocked so many things for me watching this movie for her, because I would have been like, is that why you do that? I'm like, is that why you say that? And then, is that why you like Applebee's? You know? And
I'm gonna say it. I've had a better steak at Applebee's than at Saltgrass. And I'll say it again.
That's controversial. The Saltgrass police are going to show up now.
I'm brave,
See, what's more controversial? That or my morbid memorabilia that I do that you always cut from the episodes? You see?
You do them before we record.
I do and I don't.
And plus, you haven't done one in a while.
See, mine can
yeah.
And this might actually liven up the debate on the tube.
You think?
Yeah.
We're going to get a bunch of comments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to get a bunch of comments now like, no, fuck you, Saltgrass is the best. And then someone's going to be like, no, fuck you.
Applebee's.
And they're going to say like Denny's.
Oh.
Applebee's.
I thought someone was going to just come out of nowhere and be like, Chili's,
Oh, no.
And then they're all going to just gang up on that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chili's guy, you're going down.
So to be honest, since we're on Applebee's, Ashley and I had never had it until we stopped in Roswell on the way to y'all's wedding.
Sure.
It was fine. I'm sure the ones in Dallas are much better than the ones in Roswell, New Mexico.
They're all about the same.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
We went on our honeymoon to Applebee's.
That's true.
It was phenomenal.
During our honeymoon, we did go to Applebee's. We didn't go to Applebee's for our honeymoon. The whole honeymoon wasn't Applebee's.
It was the best part of the honeymoon.
That's
fine. Did y'all go to the one in Ruidoso or Roswell?
We went to the one by White Sands.
Yeah.
We went to White Sands for a hike, and then we went to Applebee's.
Yeah, because the one in Roswell, bro, we legitimately were like, are we at a Chili's right now?
Ooh,
because it gave chili vibes.
Damn.
No, I'm just saying that one that it it looked like it had been updated in forever, and it felt like a Chili's, or it may have been a Chili's at one point. Maybe that was the thing.
I don't know.
But maybe next time, maybe when Ashley and I come to visit you guys sometime, y'all can take us out to Applebee's to get the full experience.
And you know what? I will make sure to find the best one in our local area.
Yeah, because I mean they're everywhere here. I
Guess
think
where we're going this weekend?
is it Applebee's?
It is.
Okay. You know,
And then someone can be like, I didn't ask for onions on my bourbon steak.
I'm
And
sorry.
I think you put the damn onions.
Yeah. Get thrown out of an Applebee's.
And I also love that they pay that off at the end of the movie. Like, well, what are we gonna do now? Well, you want to get thrown out of an Applebee's? Like, all right, let's go.
yeah, so I think the fact that, for us, Raine and I, we had no frame of reference for an Applebee's. Applebee's didn't exist in West Texas,
Sad.
Yeah.
I know.
That's why y'all are the way you are.
What does that mean?
Take it the way you want.
All right.
I mean, Jeremy, we did go to public
Maybe.
school, so,
That's true.
there's that. Yeah. What disappoints me is there's so many Applebee's commercials, and yeah, I've only been to one that was mid at best.
Damn.
What about the Applebee's commercial in Talladega Nights?
Oh, the fact that their crash is so long, they're like, we better just cut to commercial, and it cuts to an Applebee's commercial. Fucking, I want to shake the hand of whoever thought of that. I mean, obviously, I'm sure it was probably in the script, but if it maybe was just like insert generic commercial here, and an editor was like, yo, we should put in an Applebee's commercial, I want to shake that editor's hand.
It felt like Happy Gilmore and Subway. That's what it felt like.
Yes! Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Nailed it.
Dude.
Yeah.
Fucking shout out to Happy Gilmore, bro.
Shout out
Fucking
to
love
Happy
that movie.
Gilmore.
Dude, that has one of my favorite Ben Stiller roles. Is that fucking movie.
Yeah. Have you seen Happy Gilmore?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
Cool.
But he said Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller's in. He runs the old folks' home.
Oh, he's
an orderly.
Yes.
Which also has Will Ferrell, so we're full circle.
Yep. Full circle.
There it is.
There it is.
I knew we could do it.
Okay. I do want to ask y'all this.
Okay.
And this is probably going to spark some very heated debates.
All right. Let's see.
Anchorman or Talladega Nights?
Talladega Nights.
Okay.
Done.
I did see Talladega Nights first, and that holds a special place in me corazon. But,
Annifer.
Anchorman, I think might be funnier to me than Talladega Nights. However, Talladega Nights, I saw so much that, I mean, it was very nostalgic this time watching it, where I don't get that with Anchorman. Even though Anchorman came out first, which to me, it still blows my mind that I always flip those in my head because I saw them the opposite. So, I don't know. That's a great question, Raine. Obviously not for you.
No.
Jesus. But,
all day.
Yeah.
So,
Now, if you really wanted to tickle my brain, Talladega Nights are stepbrothers. Now that's where it gets hard. Because technically my favorite movie of all time is Step Brothers. But Talladega Nights is a very close second. And then it's Tangled.
So, hang on, guys. Oh, shit.
That's her letterbox 3.
Yep. And Raine is Frozen.
Raine is Frozen. But what would be your fourth?
Is he gone?
He's fine.
Are you sure he looks frozen?
Yeah, he's fine.
No.
What would be your fourth movie?
Are we sure? Should we check on him?
It's fine.
My fourth favorite movie. I don't know. I'm so distracted by Raine being frozen right now.
He's fine. That's just Raine listening.
It's cryogenics.
Nah, he's fine. So your fourth?
Oh my god.
There you are.
He's back.
Holy shit. Yeah, I lost power.
Oh.
And thankfully, dude, I was so scared. I was like, because the stop button was grayed out. I was like, oh my god, are we gonna have to do this whole fucking thing over again? But it picked right back up.
Nice.
Woo! That's okay. We kept it going. I encourage you to watch it. It's just it's her being very concerned. Amy is going, he's fine. So anyway, what is your fourth favorite movie? She's like, I think he's really. I'm like, no, he's fine. What do we?
So you got someone in your corner, Raine.
Yeah.
It's not him.
Wait, sorry. What did I miss exactly?
So, she had asked you.
No, I had said.
Yeah.
Or
If
she had
I really
brought
wanted to tickle a brain,
Yeah.
it would have been Talladega Nights or Step Brothers.
Correct.
Mhm.
So here's the thing.
Step Brothers has more
For me.
swearing, so go with Step Brothers, I think.
Here's the thing. Anchorman versus Talladega Nights. Honestly, I kind of agree with Jeremy. I feel like Anchorman is a little bit funnier. But when it comes to Step Brothers or Talladega Nights, that's harder. Because literally the whole idea of Step Brothers was just, let's just have John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell riff for a full movie and see what happens. And the result is glorious. So that's harder for me.
I think I just haven't seen Anchorman as many times. And so
Yeah.
I'm going to stay strong with my lineup of Step Brothers, Talladega Nights, Tangled.
And?
I don't know a fourth one. What are you wanting me to say?
I don't know. You just need 4 for Letterboxd. You need 4.
Oh, I was like, Scooby-Doo the Ghoul School? I don't know.
Perfect.
That's probably not it.
Dude, the Ghoul School.
Dude, that was a good one.
Hell yeah. The Ghoul School was the best.
Zach.
Do you
Okay.
regret having me yet?
Nope. Nope. All right. So, if it goes between Talladega or Step Bros, it's Step Bros. For me.
Yeah.
Talladega and Anchorman, I think I'm gonna have to stop her from taking off her ring. I think it's gonna be Anchorman for me.
So Talladega Nights is third?
Yeah.
Nonsense.
That's not nonsense.
Yeah, it's fine.
So
No.
Okay. So
Sorry, she
the
was taking
reason
off her
why
ring.
I
What?
like Anchorman more, is just because I think it's because of the chemistry between Will, Paul Rudd, Steve Carell, and David Koechner. Not saying that the chemistry between Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly isn't great, because it is, but those 4 dudes' chemistry and the ability to bounce off one another is just so good in Anchorman. Like, my favorite part, and I quote it all the time from Anchorman, is when Paul Rudd's character, Brian Fantana, is picking out Sex Panther for the first time.
Uh-huh.
And Will is like, it's very pungent. You know, Brian, I'm not going to lie to you. That smells like pure gasoline. And then his whole 60% of the time, it works every time. And then Will's just like, and it felt so improvised, but Will's whole, that doesn't make sense. Like, but
it does make sense, because it just means it's just a weird way to say it works 60% of the time.
Yeah. But I still love Talladega Nights. And I forgot to bring it up, but Dad's favorite part of that whole fucking movie is when he catches back up with Susan later in the movie. And he's like, yeah, I'm thinking about, getting a gun, becoming a crack dealer,
Yeah.
but not like a mean one. Like, like, hey guys, want some crack? Like that.
Yeah.
That is my father's favorite line of that whole fucking movie. He loves that shit so much. I distinctly remember him rewinding it twice just to watch that scene again. Like, he genuinely loves that part so much.
We used to quote the I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey.
Like a spider monkey.
Yeah.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Yeah, that was also on
It's a
repeat in my
classic.
household.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's during the gray scene.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's the best scene.
It is a really great scene.
I know.
And then Walker and Texas Ranger get to watch their parents have sex right in front of them.
Yeah.
You don't think about it like that. No, Cal just like, wow.
Oh man, this movie.
You know what was the most shocking to me about this movie? Is the Rotten Tomatoes score.
Tell me.
Hang on, I'm pulling it up.
He just got exposed, by the way, so what they say means nothing.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
Certified fresh, 71%.
Oh,
Certified fresh. Not bad. Not bad for crooks and thieves.
Well, are you ready for this, buddy? Anchorman,
Sure.
the one that we just said is funnier, is only fresh, 66%.
Again, crooks and thieves. What do I care? What do I care what they say?
But you do care what they say, though.
No.
Excuse me. I am so sorry. I was very unladylike. Well, have you guys never heard me say that before?
No.
I say that all the time. Holy shit. I can't believe I've never said that in front of y'all.
That's really funny. Congrats.
Well, is there anything else you guys want to bring up about this movie and how people should just go watch it?
I mean, it changed your life forever. So
sincerely.
Yeah. It really did shape you. So my mom, I'm sure I've talked about it before. My mom has seen Pride and Prejudice probably over 100 times. Not a joke. The one with Keira Knightley. This is your Pride and Prejudice. Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Well, it's I think it's the perfect comfort movie. You know, the stakes are low. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's goofy. It's silly. There's car chases.
Yeah, it's got everything I could ever want, you know, in a movie.
Well, and for you, it's got country accents.
It feels like home. For all you listening.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what's interesting? The next movie after Step Brothers that Adam McKay did with Will Ferrell was The Other Guys.
Oh, that's a good one.
And that one has a higher score than Talladega Nights. 79%.
I mean, some people say Talladega Nights is too stupid. I think those kind of people are sad. You know,
I disagree.
Like,
I would say
that it's too stupid. Like, no.
I would say technically the stupid one is Step Brothers because it's meant to be stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I think it all is, and that's what makes it.
Like, I think they dialed up the childlikeness a lot on Step Brothers. Here, there's a little bit of that, right? They're a little bit childlike, just with they're naive, they're kind of dumb, you know.
Oh,
but they're still functioning adults.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we missed an opportunity for one of us the whole time to be like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
She did a little bit earlier.
I did.
The car handle real good.
Real good.
And you got to get
car handle real good. Car handle real good.
I can't wait to see the levels on that now. Oh my god.
And then there's the part where he's driving the race car and he's like, I gotta admit, like, I got a chubby right now because I'm driving a race car.
Although, you know what I wish they could have expanded on? This is my only, I guess, qualm with the movie. Is the whole, what did Carl mean when he goes, remember we got in trouble for playing with Matchbox cars? Like, what exactly did they get in trouble for playing with cars for? Like, I want to know what they did. Like, because Go
ahead. I want to know.
I was just gonna say that means that something was going on at school with those fucking Matchbox cars.
I think it's just they were playing with them in class. I think that was the implication. Yeah, I think that was the implication. But there goes again where it kind of dates the movie a bit, which is the derogatory term they say after that, but it's whatever.
Yeah, that's why I didn't finish the line.
You're right. Normally he would have.
Yeah.
He will once we stop recording. Anyway, let it be known. Raine says the R word.
Oh
when
my
we're not
goodness
recording.
gracious.
For sure. Now I'm going to really quote the movie. Don't put that on me.
Don't you put that on us.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Well, dudes.
Have we wasted people's time enough?
I think so. I think our sales pitch has gone through, and we're going to see an uptick in streams for Talladega Nights because it's streaming
honestly,
on Peacock and on Hulu.
If you don't watch Talladega Nights, then fuck you.
See, that would have been a prime opportunity if you physically own it to hold it up and just be like, if you don't watch this movie, then fuck you.
Where is it?
I do.
Dearbo, go.
Find it.
It's right here.
Oh, he's doing it on camera. Whoa! First try.
Yeah, look, you guys.
Wow.
Okay. You good?
Yeah.
If you don't watch this movie, then fuck you.
Nailed it.
Perfect. He'll snip that in at the end.
Ooh,
So it
that's
makes
a
more
good
sense.
idea. If I just kind of like cut it,
Yeah.
like cut the scene out, so it would be like this dip, and then people would be like, "What did we just miss here?" Yeah, I'll probably just leave it in.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
Fam Squad, are y'all ready to wrap up?
I am, hun.
Call me Eminem. Always rapping.
It took me a second. I was like, "What?" That was good. That was real good.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is it. This is what it's like all the time.
This is as big as you're gonna get.
Had to give you a career to destroy it. Lethal injection, go to sleep. 6 feet.
yeah. I'm sure Zach really enjoyed that.
It's our favorite song.
Yeah, everyone loves Kill Shot.
Honestly, that should have been played at our wedding.
Honestly. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Our
y'all
first-
didn't even get to play Dragula at y'all's wedding.
Dude, I didn't even get to play the amount of Kesha that I wanted. Let's be real. Damn.
Yeah. Well, here. Let's close out this show, and then we can keep talking about it. So thank you, everyone, for the bonus episode, and we'll see you next season.